What is going on, everybody on YouTube? Thrift School over here, coming at you with a sales video. 5 things I sold on Amazon FBA and 5 things I sold on eBay. So let's just hop right into it. The first thing is an Amazon sale. The first 5 things will be Amazon sales. So we have an Xbox 360 Beatles Rock Band limited edition set, and I picked this guy up off of Craigslist for 75 bucks. I sold him for $203.97. It was complete in the original box, which was easy to ship off, and I made a pretty penny on that guy. Next, we have a Furby, and yes, Furbies actually sell. I did not know this was possible. I actually have a Furby down here underneath here somewhere that is not in perfect working order, so I have to figure out how to get that guy working. But sold this guy for 54 bucks. I paid $3.95 for this little pink and blue Furby right here. Next, we have this Loops game, and this is just a game that you stick your hand, but it's just a game, right? And I sold it for $19.74. I paid 95 cents. So this guy was just, it was cheap, so I picked it up and it sold pretty fast. Next we have Scrabble Diamond Anniversary Edition. I sold this guy for $89.99. I believe I paid $3.95 for this. And the crazy thing is there are so many different versions of Scrabble. There are versions that are worth next to nothing. There are versions that are worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars. This just happened to be one that was worth around $90, and it sold fast, almost instantly once it hit the warehouse. Next, we have Toys Music Original Motion Picture Soundtrack. This with Robin Williams. Paid 50 cents to $1 for this at a thrift store, and it sold for $24.89. And the kicker, this guy was used. And a lot of people ask me how I ship CDs, how I deal with used CDs, how do I test them, and the thing is, if they don't look scratched, I just send them off. You don't have to listen to an entire CD if it's not all scratched up. If it has very minor scratches, I won't even listen to it. If the scratches are moderate to heavy, I'll play it for a little bit to see if it plays fine, and most of the time it does if you give it a nice wipe down just with your shirt or something. If the scratches are very heavy, unless it was a huge profit, if I'm spending maybe 25 cents to 50 cents on a CD and it could sell for $30 to $60, then of course I will test it, I will play it, make sure it works, and I send it in these little miniature CD-sized poly bags, which I pick up off of Amazon. I'll have a link for that down below. These things are great. They fit perfectly, and especially for collectors, maybe somebody's collecting these CDs for some reason, they want the box to look pristine. So I stick it in one of these poly bags, I stick the label over the poly bag, over the barcode, so I'm not actually sticking this sticker right onto the product itself. Same thing with video games, and they have specially made video game bags, and there will be a link for that down below as well. You can see them on Amazon. They are dirt cheap, and they come in quantities of 100, I believe, so they're great to have. Next is the first eBay sale, which is a genuine new sealed HP 15 blacksmith bag. So basically this is expired ink, and you cannot sell this on Amazon, but you can sell it on eBay, and people buy it. I mean, this sold fast. This guy sold for $17.50 plus $3.70 shipping. I believe it cost me $3.35 to ship. So that extra 30 or so, 25 cents was for the bag, the poly bag that I put it in. The poly bag probably cost me 50 cents. So I just like to include shipping to be a little bit higher than what it's actually going to cost, just for time and for materials. What did I pay for this? I believe $1 at a garage sale. Next, we have a pair of Patagonia shoes. Take a look at these guys. I mean, these are beautiful. Just look how clean these are. I did not know Patagonia made shoes, but they do sell very well. I probably should have priced them higher. They sold within an hour or two of me listing them. I paid $9, I believe, for these guys, and they sold for $43.99 plus $6.78 shipping. So these are a great bolo, if that's what you want to call it. So I would definitely keep an eye out for Patagonia shoes, hiking shoes. Next, we have a Cookie Monster cookie jar. I have been trying to sell this guy for the longest time. I paid, I believe, 20 bucks for him, and or I think $17.95 if I can recall. And I had him up for $175, $150, $125, $100, $79.99. Eventually, I just said, screw it, I want to get rid of him. He's huge. He's taking up space. So I threw him up for 50 bucks, plus shipping was $22. He actually cost only about 19 bucks to ship. So I made a couple bucks on shipping, but I did use a lot of material to make sure he was safe in the box. So it probably cost me closer to $22 to actually ship this guy. But I'd still made money on him, nowhere near as much as I'd like. and I would probably never buy this. Getting a phone call. I'd probably never buy this large of a cookie jar again, just because of how much space it takes up. Next, we have more Sesame Street things. These are little plush dolls. I paid $1 a piece at a thrift store. They sold for $15 plus $3.50 shipping. Very first day I listed them, they sold. And as you can tell, these pictures are not very good, but they still sold. So I'm okay with that. And the last thing we have is an original Play School Sit and Spin. These guys sell. I'm surprised. It sold for $29 plus $20 shipping. Shipping was actually closer to $13. I thought it was going to be around $20. And so I made a few bucks on shipping, which I'm happy about because this guy was not super easy to pack. So I'm glad. I know the box itself cost $2 at Staples. So, you know, don't be afraid to charge a little more for shipping on certain items. Maybe somebody will write you a message giving you crap, the shipping is too high, but when you think about it in your head, you have to pay for the box, the materials, the time, the tape, which is a material, just all these things, the label that you're putting on it, everything costs money. I like to charge a little extra for shipping, not exactly what the shipping is going to cost. But these were the 10 things I sold, and I sell things like this all the time on Amazon and eBay, and you can too. Just check your thrift stores, don't check your phone. Actually, you should check your phone. There are many apps where you could buy a lot of things. Apps like Mercari and OfferUp and Craigslist and all of these places where you can find items for next to nothing and just throw it up on eBay and Amazon and you will make some good money. Until next time, guys, this is Thrift School. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that fun stuff. See ya. And we are done. Peace out.